Today's episode is different. Someone reached out to me recently, and if you're listening, you know who you are. This isn't a broadcast meant for everyone. It's a conversation meant for one that others might recognize themselves in. Before I go further, I want to be clear and responsible. I'm not a therapist. I'm not replacing professional care. I'm not offering treatment or medical advice. I'm sharing perspective, from observation, from experience, from a place of respect for how layered healing actually is. If you need professional support, please seek it. That matters. Now let's talk. What struck me most about the person who reached out wasn't fragility. It was awareness. Awareness that something internal feels misaligned. Awareness that old patterns are still running even though life has changed. Awareness that the body, the mind, and the heart are not always in the same place. That kind of awareness doesn't come from weakness. It comes from paying attention, and paying attention is where real change begins. Here's something we don't say often enough. Anxiety isn't always fear of what's coming. Sometimes it's the body remembering what already happened. If you grew up needing to stay alert, your nervous system doesn't relax just because circumstances improve. It waits, it scans, it anticipates. So, when life finally becomes quieter, safer, more stable, the body doesn't celebrate right away. It hesitates. That doesn't mean something is wrong. It means your system learned survival before it learned safety. Understanding that changes how you treat yourself. The same goes for self-doubt. A lot of people think self-doubt means a lack of ability. More often, it's a byproduct of being unseen for too long. When your strengths weren't acknowledged, you learned to question them. When your insight was dismissed, you learned to second-guess it. When recognition was inconsistent, you learned to look outward for confirmation. That pattern doesn't disappear just because you're competent. It dissolves when you stop letting outside validation be the final authority. One practical way to support that shift is simple, not flashy. Start tracking what you do well, not to inflate yourself. To balance a narrative shaped by absence, your mind needs evidence when it's been trained by lack. Let's talk about boundaries. If setting boundaries makes you feel guilty, that doesn't mean you're selfish. It usually means you were trained to overfunction. When your value came from being available, useful, or stabilizing others, saying no feels like betrayal, even when it's necessary. That discomfort is part of the transition, not a sign to stop. Boundaries don't need speeches. They don't need over-explaining. Short, clear, calm. I can't do that right now. That doesn't work for me. I need time. The discomfort fades. The clarity stays. There's another layer here that deserves care. When someone has spent years holding everything inside, pain doesn't always show up as sadness. Sometimes it shows up as exhaustion, sometimes as numbness, sometimes as the urge to escape. If pain ever feels intense enough that your mind looks for an exit, that's not failure. It's a signal that something needs support, not silence. This part matters. That is not something to carry alone. Reaching out is not weakness. It's regulation. Trusted people, professional support, crisis resources when needed. No podcast replaces that, and nothing here is meant to. Stability also takes practice. Safety isn't just a concept, it's a pattern the nervous system learns through repetition. Small routines, predictable rhythms, spaces you control, moments of rest without multitasking. These aren't productivity tools. They're signals to the body that the threat is past. That learning happens slowly, and that's okay. You don't need to heal everything at once. Most people don't need a breakthrough. They need consistency. One honest boundary, one supportive conversation, one routine that sticks, one step toward appropriate care. Progress isn't dramatic, it's cumulative. And finally, this needs to be said clearly. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not disqualified from joy because your path looks different. Some things were lost. That grief is real. But the future is not canceled because the past was hard. It's shaped by what you do next, with awareness and support. If you're listening and this feels personal, let it land without pressure. Information, not obligation. And if you're listening and it doesn't fit, take what supports you and leave the rest. That's the spirit of this space. This has been the So What. I'm the answer. Take care of yourself.